page Sadi Bet. He says the topic here, yesod shehimo na'asa zivug de tefilas arvis. What yesod are you talking about? So let's come down here. I think it's number Yud Gimel down below. We'll pick it up, and there's going to be some chef on this when we get to it. Amna b'tefilas alayla b'tefilas arvis. Adayim Leah Shir Ashpat Ish Ispashtusa Eina Rabba Ella Adachaz Dezer Anpin. B'techilas alayla. So she's at the chaza where she goes. V'im kain, so that's where she's at. That's her end part. V'im kain hayisod dezer anpin hulamata mishur. It's much further below. V'eina yochel hisdavig imod. Physically, it's impossible. So I know that I told you an answer that I saw someplace else. You could give a different answer. That yichud that takes place there. Who the Yisra of Leah? Okay, no. V'yesh lahavin shaharach b'makom abidus Leah who mechadaz adachaz dezer anpin. Rak la'achar chatzos alayla then mispashetes b'kol orek zer anpin. Kamavur l'kaman. V'im kena, that's the case l'chora. Ich shayach shetizaveg im zer anpin. How could it be possible to make a yichud over here with zer anpin? V'chaloch abisa the zer anpin who much further down the mata b'makom baditza ambidasa. Aval the Indian but the Indian is like this. Let me see 1 second. Kashe higdil zer anpin. All the shlish harishon the yesod shalo, b'mischaver im ateferish shabo. So this is the Leah. This is the elevator right here. The yesod shalo, it goes up and it joins together with teferis. Now I was looking at the Otzos Chaim because over the weekend, and what I see over there is, it sounds in some places like yesod is connected to the lower third of Zer Anpin. And in some places, like it's separate. So like a parts of by itself, which okay. Anyway, the yesod shelo his chaber rabbeim teferishabo. So they join together. And nigdal the teferis the zer anpin kanayda, and in this way, zer anpin winds up growing. Va'yidera bezecha shlish the yesod she'alo the teferis. So therefore, through this, the shlish of the yesod that went up into teferis, mizdaveg in Leah makes a yichud. That yichud, you got to get to sleep here, goes up and makes a yichud with Leah. So he said, okay, so habir bezecha bechucha makom hachaza, the makom hachaza, the zer anpin, yeshlo gam came bepechinas yesod. How's yesod get there? V'imo naasa chazivog im Leah betefilas arvis. So I told you that in the version that I saw, that it seems as if there's a separate parts of which is called Yisrael from the Chaz Lamala, and there's a Yesod there. However, that changes because the position of Yisrael changes, or I'm not sure. If I remember it 100%. This is a different one. The Hizer Anpin b'Techilas Atziluso who rock bein Shishat Sfiros Chagat Nai. The tzarich lahagdilu v'lahashlimu l'chasara. So you have to make it from 6 into 10. Yu'un b'shefa. So he's going to have something in the shefa. Going to bring some ideas. And hagavan l'shevanach as say that his galas hagdola bepratas. So you're going to go some different orders of how it is this hagdola takes place. But the way we see it, Sefiris at the Ferris is there on big dalusa when it's great, in its whole height. Kolela besocho as perik elyon shali yesod, shahoyadel bekatnusu terem shahigda, which was there originally before it grew. It was down in the lower third of yesod. Now it's going to be part of Teferis. Now it doesn't say exactly how it gets to the place where the yesod of Leah would be, because Teferis is a big place, and I would assume that would be at the bottom, but he's saying that the yesod is really on the middle line. This is what I would answer anyway. The yesod is really on the middle line, and that's where the elevator is, so you could just go right up to the chaza, which that's what I think. Terem Mashigdilo, Hare Yesh a bit Teferis, so therefore you see in Teferis, there's their Anpin, Pechilis Yesod. He said, "V'im bechinas yesod zen na'asach hazivug im Leah," and with this yesod, it makes the yichud with Leah. Okay, so that's the general idea. So now let's see how much time we have. So we have a few minutes. If you want, we could review this. It doesn't hurt. But let's go down to number ches down below. All the shlish rishon. That's where we're at right now. Hines beofen hagdola v'chashlama shel zer anpin mevok l'tisha sviros. He says yesh dachab kama derachim be'etz chaim. The Eitz Chaim gives you a lot of different ways to look at this. So maybe what I was talking about is one of them. I don't know. The Nevoyer, so we see over there as Hamahalech Hanizgar Khan. So let's talk about this one. He's going to explain this. Kol Sfira v'Sfira mechavavok d'zer anpen nechlechas l'tlas pirkin. So that makes, so he has 6, so each one of them is 3. I guess that's 18, I don't know. V'ched hanai de'ima, also the nai de'ima, shkeniknesuch b'zer anpen v'schalekas kol echad l'tlas pirkin, so each one of the nai is divided into the same thing. V'techidat v'hatlas pirkin denai de'ima mitztarfim lahaprakim de zer anpin. So they're going to spread into the different joints in zer anpin. And in this way, it makes 3 spheres in every kav. Now, I think I'm going to skip this part. Because it's going to go, it's tedious for me, and it's going to go through, maybe you like it, maybe you want me to do, I will. But it's going to, I want to skip to the back, to the end of this, where he's going to go and talk about how each one of the parts of the netzach, for example, is going to make the right line, which is going to be hachan, and we're going to do the left side, which is going to be hod, and all the 3 different parts of that in ima are going to make the left side, and then the das is going to make, is going to be in the middle. Going to go down the middle line. Let's go over here on the next column where he says it's like right above the test, and it's a bold print where it says Amnam. So he says Amnam La'el. He says Drush Rishon the Mincha. He said the Gabecha Bezivug Yisrael v'Leah and Na'asa b'Tefilas Mincha. So that's our question: is how do you do it? How does it physically take place? And he said, so we explain the Rav explains it in a different way. What's that way? So it goes up and it joins into Chabad. So now you have the Nai at the place of the Chagat. The Chagat, of course, is the place of the Chaga, the Chazit. Then it Tosefes lo Nai Chadashim, and then a new Nai is generated, and as a result of that, now you have the 9 spheros back again. The Nimsa Shah Yesod, the Rishon, the original Yesod, which is the Nai, which is at the bottom of the Chagat Nai, is now where the Chagat was now a Chabad, and so it is now a Nai. That is, the Nai is now a Chagat. The Zah Kula, so he said, let me say, Yesod, the Rishon, the Zah Kula, all of the whole thing went up. V'hu anta b'makom b'teferes, and now it's in the place of Teferes Shalom. V'imo mizdavik zer anpin in Leah, and that's where the Yikud takes place. So let's go on and let's see a little bit more about the next topic. The next topic. Okay, so I think we're over here. Ba'alas HaShachar is interesting too. Every one of these is like a gem. He says, Ba'alas HaShachar, as the morning starts to come up, Na'asa Ziva B'Shir Kol Kuma Zer Anpin, a Yichud takes place in the whole side of Zer Anpin, in his whole height. So let's say this would be number Tes Vav. It's down to bottom over here on that top column. So he says, Amnam. Achar Chatzos Laila, Oz, Leah Mispashetis, Adsium, Kol, Kumas, Zer Anpin. She spreads down that whole side there. Let me see, Zer Anpin. Wait a minute. Actually, I got the right place. Kol Kumas Zer Anpin, Vasium Roglov down to the bottom of where his feet are located. Now, let me see. I'm still not getting this right. I'm in the wrong place. Over here. Okay. Kumasasim Raglov. I'm getting it now. Around. Behem Shavim Kahada, and they're considered to be like one. I'm not sure what that means. And this oneness, Zu He Beso Falila, takes place at the end of the night. Va'az Kashemaskir HaShahar, so he says as the Kashemashkir HaShahar. Shachar is morning. As the morning begins to break, Oz Hu Mizdaveg Imah, there's a yichud that takes place at that point. Kanisker Bezoar Bereshis, etc. So let's see what this says. Haseder Haragel, who the normal way that this goes is like this. Shekumas Leah, he Mirosh Hazah ad Chazah the Shalom. Okay, fine. Amna Mechatzos Laila, so at midnight, the Elech, Maskida Leah, the Hispashe Klapimatis, she starts going down, Kumavur Lukamon. He's going to go into it more later on, but we know that that Rachel leaves that place, goes down into Bria, and as a result of that, Leah has open field. Ad shebesofa Lila nishlemes agdala, so she has really grown to her full stature. That is the entire stature of Zer Anpin. V'shir kol mazu hu b'kol kumas Zer Anpin, and now her size is the same as Zer Anpin. Of alas shachar, now the morning starts to appear. Na'asach zivug shel Zer Anpin v'Leah, then that yichud takes place of Zer Anpin and Leah. Now we saw before that this is necessary because Leah is full of dinim, and Leah needs to be sweetened, and it takes place here. But ulam, so we see like this: Ata na'asach haziva b'shir kol kumas hazer anpin, v'lo kachazivug that the chidas alayla shabo kumas Leah choyzerak mitachida mechachaz lamata. So this is a complete and total yichud of oneness. In size, whereas before at the beginning of the night, he's saying there's there's two yichudim. There's one that takes place with Leah at the chazer, and there's one that takes place at Leah, which she's in the full size of Zer Anpin. So he says, and when is that place that takes place? That takes place at the time which is called Alas HaShachar, which is mentioned in the Zohar. Sha'amr Sham. At that particular time in the morning, Yesh Yichud Zer Anpin in Leah. That's what it says over there. Now let's see how much more time I have of 1 minute. Let's read number Tes Zion. So Amnam Kafi his pashtos Leah Lamata, Kach Shir Dechias Rachel Lamata, the same thing you have with Rachel, she gets pushed further down. Shehin Nidach is mat. So this is different than the way I might have thought about it. He says that she goes down little by little, and the same thing with Leah. Leah moving down also. And she becomes at the end the secret of the dot. She contracts little by little. V'yeredes el Bria, and finds up going into Bria. L'seis malzon l'narosecho sham, which are there. Now, isn't this the concept I've been thinking about? Isn't this Esther? It's the concept of Esther, who goes into Bria, where she has the 7 steps over there. He said, the pasuk v'takan ba'od laila, get up while it's still nighttime. V'tziten tereth the besa, and you should give, I don't know, I guess sustenance to your house. V'chok l'narosecha, so also a portion to your maidservants, or to your escorting ladies. V'shar chalakim shal Rachel mischadros im Leah. So now all the rest that was in of Rachel. Now this is another point that I'm not sure that I really fathom. I thought all of Rachel went down, but he's saying the Shaar chalakim Rachel. Maybe we saw that Rachel, it's only the malchus of Rachel that went down, but the rest of it without the malchus, I guess, is just hanging there. So all the rest are still joined with Leah. Parts of Leah ad lamata keniskar, and then you see the lengthening of the parts of Leah down below. I guess we have to stop here. It's very, very interesting. Yeah, Kol Tov. All the best.